afternoon. Thank you to Mrs. Ginger Martin, the LHS Orchestra, Mrs. Jeannie Olson, and the LHS Band, and Mrs. Julie Stoffel, and the LHS Choir. Will you please now stand for the singing of our national anthem? Please be seated. I am Ronald Rasmussen, very proud principal of Lincoln High School, and it is with great honor and respect that I represent the staff, faculty, and administration of the School District of Wisconsin Rapids this afternoon. I'd like to welcome all family and friends and guests to the commencement of the class of 2018 and the 115th graduating class from Wisconsin Rapids. We are delighted to have you here today to participate and share in the celebration. The theme of this year's yearbook was Organized Chaos. This year was not a traditional senior year. When you arrived from summer vacation, construction equipment dotted the campus. You could not tell the sophomores how things worked in the cafeteria, as the lunch process was foreign to you as well, and many areas of the campus were closed. During the year, our expanded facilities began to open: the College Career Volunteer Center, ladies' locker rooms, an auxiliary gym for wrestling and gymnastics, a new natatorium, and an additional classroom. You adjusted to new lighting during the year, and just as you thought almost all the work was done, more equipment showed up. And by the way, the orange common ceiling will be gone after the summer. Despite this organized chaos, the class of 2018 has excelled in and out of classrooms. 68 graduates today are receiving volunteer recognition. One student out of only 100 in Wisconsin was named a Cole Excellence Scholar, and one student out of 15,000 nationally is a National Merit Finalist. 119 of you received awards and local scholarships totaling in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our forensics team was one of the top 5% in the state. We have national qualifiers at DECA, Educators Rising, Skills USA, and ProStar. We have state qualifiers and medalists in multiple sports and activities. And by the way, good luck to baseball on Tuesday. 20 seniors built the 20th LHS construction house in our community. And 15 of you left a positive mark at LHS with a senior project with bathroom remodeling over Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for your efforts to make LHS a better place. I'd be remiss if I did not mention your teachers, support staff members, and administrators from kindergarten up for pushing you, encouraging you, and guiding you towards your success. Thank you to those WRPS employees. So it's with great pride that I offer congratulations today, and a big thank you to your families for their support and encouragement over the past 13 years. Celebrate today and all of your accomplishments that have led to today. And remember, you're a Red Raider forever. And at this time, I'd like to call to the front Class President Joe Berger to the stage to offer his welcome in the class of 2018.
One week ago today, I was sitting around a fire, thinking about what I was going to say in this speech, and I'm still thinking about it right now. But my dad went to his 40th high school reunion a few weeks ago and gave his own speech as he was his own senior class president. After talking to him and watching High School Musical 3 last night, I think I got most of this figured out. So to all the people here today, faculty, friends, family, or any average Joe in the audience, I am Joe Berger, your not-so-average class president of this class of 2018. I could not be more honored to welcome you to this ceremony today. Well, my fellow classmates, here we are. We made it through our last few days of high school, although it may have felt like ages upon ages for most of us. We are all completing a 13-year journey of school. Whether you've been in the Rapid School District the whole time, only been here this year, or someone in between. A majority of us here today are completely ready to move on to the next point of our lives. Whether that be a 4-year university, technical college, the military, or going to the workforce elsewhere. However, many of us may miss this school and these memories that we've made throughout our 3 years here. From going through the change of an entire different schedule to dealing with constant construction our entire senior year, the class of 2018 has been through more than the average class of Lincoln High School. We are not average though, and none of us live average lives. We have all had our own individual experience of high school, and today that experience comes to a close. Although our journeys may have been individual and unique, we certainly have not done this alone. To quote one of my favorite childhood movies, and I'm sure it could be one of yours as well, from Finding Nemo, do you have your exit buddy? As we leave this school, we leave behind many memories we have made throughout our time here. However, that does not mean we leave behind our friends that we've made those memories with. As we exit, make sure to, well, find your exit buddies. Those friends that you want to make sure you hold on to for the rest of your life. Because if you don't after today, you might not get another chance like this. So many different people have come and gone throughout our lives, influencing us in different ways. But no matter how we got to today, we are all here together, about to graduate from high school. These last 2 months have contained a lot of lasts and a lot of goodbyes. As we finish all of our lasts and say our very last goodbyes, everything draws to a close. But in order for us to have our final last in graduating and say our last goodbye to Lincoln High School, we have to get through this whole ceremony. I again welcome you all to this graduation ceremony for the Lincoln High School class of 2018. And I remind you of one thing. Once you're a Red Raider, you're a Red Raider forever. Now let's get this show on the road.
At this time, I am welcoming 13 of our 23 highest honor graduates to the stage to deliver the senior address. I know these students have spent a great deal of time planning today's words of advice over the past 2 months. They selected a theme, brainstormed their part, and coordinated responsibilities. One of our first memories as a kid is the impact of Walt Disney on our childhood. Be it Minnie or Mickey Mouse, princesses, movies that charm not only us but our parents, or within the past 20 years, Disney's impact as the owner of ESPN. You'll know why in a second. It is my honor to introduce today's senior address titled, When We Wish Upon a Star, beginning with Danielle Moon.
Walt Disney once pronounced, "I dream. I test my dreams against my beliefs. I dare to take risks, and I execute my vision to make those dreams come true." There are many soon-to-be graduates sitting in front of me today, wondering what their future will hold. Success is driven out of the courage to take risks and execute our visions. Reminding us of this are the numerous characters we adored as children. Mulan saved her country, Belle fell in love with a beast, and Dory just kept swimming. However, with every positive influence came a negative one as well. We also saw Cinderella arrive home after midnight, Anna attempt to marry a man she just met, and Snow White not only take an apple from a complete stranger, but also live in a house with 7 sloppy men. So, parents of the class of 2018, don't worry about your graduates' choices, for the lessons we learned from Disney characters taught us that without risk, there is less chance for success.
Just keep swimming. If it weren't for Dory's advice, Marlon never would have been reunited with his son. Following just 3 simple words can lead to great accomplishments. When your essay's due at midnight but it's still rubbish, just keep writing. Midnight is still an hour away anyway. Now your teachers decide to give you a test on the same day, just keep studying. You're bound to pass at least one of them. When finals week is approaching and you don't remember anything from first try, just keep calm. Everybody's in the same boat as me. The curve will save you. When you know you totally bombed that human anatomy test, just remain confident. Once again, the curve will save you. When you thought it was Friday, but it's only Wednesday, just keep reading. Kind of needs you to survive. We met obstacles, but we grew stronger with every challenge we face. Class of 2018, never give up and just keep swimming.
Toward the beginning of my favorite Disney movie, The Lion King, Mufasa takes young Simba to the edge of a canyon to gaze out across the horizon before him, so Simba can see the vast kingdom ahead of him. Mufasa explains, everything you see exists together in a delicate balance. As king, you need to understand that balance and respect the creatures, from the crawling ant to the leaping antelope. First, Mufasa talks about respect. We are all unique and must respect one another for our differences. Simple gestures of respect and kindness can go a long way, and we can definitely use more of that in our world today. Secondly, we all have a role to play in our society in order to keep the balance that Mufasa talks about. We may not know our role yet, and that is totally fine. Most of the people who know me know I definitely don't know exactly where I'm going yet. But no one can know for sure what the future holds. Always remember, though, that everyone has a purpose in this world. Class of 2018, I challenge you to go out and try new things, discover your purpose, and find your place in the circle of life.
A lot can happen in 4 years. Our hobbies have changed, we've made new friends, and we've lost people we've loved. But the real question is, what do we take from these years? Do we cling to the good memories and forget all the hardship? Do we erase all the pain? In The Lion King, Rafiki provides us with some good advice when he says, "Oh yes, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. It can be so easy to run from and forget the difficulties we've gone through and pray that they never happen again. But what good does that do? Life is full of challenges. We need to grow and learn from them. We need to take each moment, the good and the bad, and use it as a time to impact one another and learn from our mistakes. I challenge you, class of 2018, stop living life regretting the past. Instead, learn from it and change yourself because of it."
When I look in the mirror,
overwhelmed, lost, and straight up confused a plethora of times while trying to navigate my way to where we are today, graduation. However, the thing that fueled my successes and turned my failures into lessons was my perspective during the tough times. While it would have been incredibly easy to give up or not put forth my best effort, I have big plans, as I'm sure you all do too. In order to reach our goals, we need to overcome the problems that come our way. This is difficult if we view them as just that, problems. Throughout high school, we've all endured our fair share of problems. Yet, if we have the confidence to face whatever comes our way, we will never be burdened with the problem because we won't see it as a problem, but instead as an opportunity to grow and better ourselves. We already know we are destined for greatness, so why not live like we've already made it? As we turn the page from high school to the next chapter of our lives, remember what Captain Jack Sparrow so eloquently declared. The problem is not the problem is your attitude about the problem.
Unlike my classmates, I have never been a huge fan of the cheesy Disney movies. Therefore, I will forever be grateful that in February of 1996, Disney decided to purchase ESPN, opening up a plethora of different quotes for me to choose from. Marshawn Lynch is a future Hall of Fame NFL running back. He is well known in the sports world for his unique persona and apathetic nature toward the media. Between bags of Skittles, he became famous for his Super Bowl press conference, in which he responded, "I'm just here so I won't get fined," to every single question, regardless of what was asked. Over the past 3 years, each and every student in this room has spent countless hours and made endless sacrifices within the walls of Lincoln High School. While we each had our own unique goals, at the fundamental level, we were all driven by national regulation to go to school or face truancy fines. I know that I, like most of you, experienced many times throughout the years when I was exhausted, physically and mentally, and the only reason I continued to come back was to avoid consequences. I was just living day by day, just grinding and truly believing that, like Marshawn, I was just here so I wouldn't get fined. However, graduation is upon us, and we can finally sit back, relax, and reflect on the time we spent here. Instead of focusing on the challenges and struggles of high school, we reflect and remember the friendships we've developed and unforgettable experiences we shared at LHS. We all came so we wouldn't get fined, but will inevitably leave with so much more.
The past 4 years of our lives have been filled with new experiences, from our very first important grades to the pep rallies, the spirit weeks, and the sporting events. High school has been full of unique opportunities, but also many aspects of our lives have been incredibly structured. There are specific classes we're required to take in a certain order at a particular time of day, 5 days a week for 4 years. Now, as we move on from Lincoln High School, we will be able to experience a newfound freedom. We can choose to work or to travel, to study, what to study, and no one chooses but us. We've never had this many options available to us, and with them will certainly come feelings of fear or doubt. But instead of second-guessing ourselves, we must remember to follow our dreams, whatever they may be. As Cinderella suggests, have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. With all these choices around us, we must choose the one that makes us the happiest, and know that in the end, that's all that truly matters.
High school is a crazy place where a lot of life experiences happen in 4 short years. Through the ups and downs, high school pushes students to the limit, maybe some more than others. It's easy to focus on the negative experiences and let them consume you, but it's important to focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. We all have the ability to achieve greatness. The smallest concerns, such as one bad grade or disagreements with friends, shouldn't be reasons to doubt what you're capable of. Look around you. Little do you know, we are more alike than different. We all struggle. No one's life is perfect. Remember, even in your lowest of lows or highest of highs, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. This is just the beginning of our crazy lives.
Throughout our lives and our school career, our paths have been chosen for us. We listened to our parents, we went to school, we did our homework, we ate our veggies, or at least fed them to our pets when our parents weren't looking. But now things are changing. Now we are at the point of choosing our own paths. From Disney's Brave, Merida advises, you control your destiny, you don't need magic to do it. And there are no magical shortcuts to solving our problems.
What she's saying is to take control of your life. Our choices will now have greater influence on where we are in 5, 10, or 20 years. The choice is ours on how we want our lives to turn out. We do not need to find an easy way out when we get frightened or stuck. We need to remember that we will still have those who care about us to go to for advice. Everyone here will face hardships. When those times come, we must help ourselves rather than hope for things to magically improve. So again, take control of your life. From here on out, write your own stories. If we all stay devoted and live up to our fullest potential, we can all end up with a happily ever after.
Recently, I've come to greatly respect movies and novels that have been around for more than half a decade because oftentimes they provided audiences with profound messages that you don't normally get these days. This is true in the case of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, a film that was made based on the famous novel by Walt Disney. Now, this novel sees Professor Pierre Aronnax descend into the depths of the unexplored seas. As he does so, he proclaims, "A strange twilight world opened up before me, and I felt as the first man to set foot on another planet, an intruder in this mystic garden of the deep." His words depict emotion and the message of the story being shown. While entering a new world, wholly unknown and foreign to him, he feels as though he should not belong. This is akin to us as seniors entering the adult world. We are all in different places of preparedness for our futures, but we are all in the same boat. The world of adults is a strange twilight world surrounding us, but we are the explorers. Everything before this moment has led up to us becoming adults, helping prepare us for the real world. Like the professor, our future experiences will be entirely new and foreign, but therein lies the message of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Class of 2018, the new world around us is foreign now, but in due time, we will make it our own. And with how things are going, just a real fixer-upper.
Hi, I'm Grace Whitmire, and some of you may not know who I am, and in part that's because I tend to chase opportunity. Now, you're probably confused, but hear me out. On the other side of these past 4 years, standing on stage here at LHS was one of the last places I would have imagined myself. I attended Assumption Catholic School since I was 5 and was headed to Interlochen Arts Academy in hopes of being a professional dancer. Well, fast forward 5 high schools, 4 years, 3 dance studios, and here I am. Now, you probably don't care about any of that, and honestly, I don't blame you. My point is that life is ever-changing, nothing goes exactly as anticipated, and it is my belief that we are guided by our desire to take advantage of opportunity. Just think, had your best friend not convinced you to take that AP class, you might have never met the teacher that you now call your mentor. Had your mom not implored you to join student council, you may never have been yelled at by Star Athletic Club, which might not have been a bad thing, but hey, lesson learned. Anyways, as Mary Poppins once said, open different doors, you may find a you there that you never knew was yours. Anything can happen. So, future graduates, current students, parents, and you know what? Teachers. Yep, the tables have turned. Chase opportunity, open new doors, and take the risk. After all, you never know what people you will meet, memories you'll make, or which stage you'll be standing on.
This school is all about fitting in, finding a niche, and belonging. We've each curated an identity here, forged on a character, based on 13 years of experiences and memories. And now, we leave this shared past behind. Out beyond the walls of this school, you are not a nerd, not an athlete, not anyone except yourself. Each one of us now holds the amazing power of reinvention, the chance to be whomever we wish to be. Although high school provides many valuable opportunities, this is perhaps the greatest of them all, a chance to leave it all behind. There are things we'll miss about high school, friends, teachers, that lovely cafeteria lunch, but don't focus so much on what we're leaving behind that you miss what's ahead. Limitless possibility.
As one of my favorite Disney characters, Mary Poppins, once said, anything can happen if you let it. In this moment, nothing could be more true. Let go of everything you've built up around you and embrace the wild unpredictability of the future. We've finally made it. We're here. It's the start of a new era, a time when anything can happen, so long as we let it.
Assemblies, sporting events, dances, concerts. In these moments, we didn't even realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun. From cheering in the bleachers at our first homecoming assembly to dancing the night away at our last prom, these are the moments that will last forever. We may look back at high school today and think, I'm finally done. But as we look back in the next few years, we will begin to appreciate all of the good times we shared as a class. Once we leave the building today, we will no longer be able to make these same memories. Instead, we will make new memories as we continue to college, the military, or the workforce. Wherever you decide to go, I encourage you to live in the moment and have fun. Sooner or later, you'll look back at the good times and treasure all the memories you created. So here is the class of 2018. We make our last memory together.
early spring, the student council nominated faculty to deliver the faculty address. After a vote by the senior class, I'm going to be proud to introduce Mrs. Kathy Tritz. Mrs. Tritz graduated from UW West Point with a double major in English and Communications, and then received her master's degree in education from UW River Falls. Prior to teaching, Mrs. Tritz worked as a communications supervisor for St. Joseph Hospital in Marshfield, and her teaching career spans 33 years, 14 of which she taught at Marshfield, and the past 19 years as a language arts instructor in Wisconsin Rapids Public School District. In addition to her teaching career, Mrs. Tritz and her husband Roger own a dairy farm in Pittsville where they work side by side. Over the years, they've built their business and raised 3 daughters, and they recently are grandparents of 2. Early in her teaching career, she coached the debate team for LHS and currently holds the head forensics position. This year, the LHS forensics team became one of 17 high schools in the state to receive Excellence in Speech Award following state competition. LHS is one of the top 5% high schools to receive this honor. This year, her team, many of them who were seniors, allowed LHS to achieve that level of excellence. Furthermore, Mrs. Tritz is a Cole Award recipient, and in 2016, her students nominated her as Skyward Teacher of the Year. And yes, she received that honor, and those bobbleheads are found all throughout Lincoln. Mrs. Tritz enjoys teaching and her connections with her students and feels privileged to have taught and worked with so many fine young people. So I hope you have your speech rubric ready to grade her. So without further ado, here's Mrs. Tritz.
I'm a little short. I welcome parents, faculty, administrators, school board members, and the graduates of 2018 to join me on a trip back to our childhood. Recall the first mode of transportation. More than likely, it was a tricycle. We all learned to pedal. We loved our newfound toy and soon pedaled quickly up and down the driveway. Then we grew and we needed a new vehicle, a bicycle with training wheels, which allowed us to gain our balance, feel more confident, and pedal even faster without much fear. Eventually, the big day arrived. With our hearts beating wildly, palms sweating, and the thought of being able to pedal without training wheels gave us the feeling of potential freedom. Excitement and some fear and anxiety filled our hearts, yet the possibility of having independent control of our bicycle fascinated us. Even though we did not know the outcome of this adventure, our parents removed the training wheels for the first time and gave us encouragement to look straight ahead, remain balanced, hold the handlebars tightly, and keep pedaling. Our parents held the back of the seat and gave us a gentle nudge to move forward while encouraging us by cheering and yelling, "Hold on and keep pedaling." This childhood experience is familiar to all of us. There were those of us who had more skinned knees and elbows from falls than others. We learned on various surfaces from smooth and rough terrains. If you ever biked up a hill, you would conquer that challenge of the steep slope and your leg muscles tensed and you felt the strain and ache of pedaling only in order to enjoy the smooth and fast ride down the other side. You felt the cool, refreshing wind blow through your hair, the warmth of the sun, and yes, perhaps, once in a while, a bug or gnat would fly into your mouth or eyes. We enjoyed that freedom, and we continued to pedal for years. Now, when I was young, my siblings and I would ride our bikes to a neighbor's sand pit in which we would play and swim. However, to reach this destination, we needed to ride past another neighbor's house along a curb where 2 large dogs chased anything they heard or saw. For the most part, we quietly pedaled past these vicious dogs, but one day, my bicycle deceived me. As my older brother and sister led the way around the curve, my bicycle no longer rode smoothly. I heard a raspy, squeaking sound, and so did the dogs. With baring teeth, the dogs immediately took flight toward me. Frightened, I screamed, which alerted my siblings. I stood up as to pedal my bike faster. My brother screamed, "Keep pedaling!" With all my heart pounding in my legs and my feet moving for all I was worth. I pedaled, but one of my shoes flipped off my foot and landed in the middle of the road. The dogs never caught me, but they nabbed my shoe. Yes, I lost my shoe, but I learned to pedal faster and hold my head up during times of adversity. I kept that lesson in my mind as I traveled through life, and I continue to pedal as I face other challenges in my life. Class of 2018, you have pedaled. You attended daycare, one of the elementary schools in Rapids, Grand, Grove, perhaps Howe, Fink, Meade, Vesper, Washington, Woodside, or perhaps you transferred into the district. Then you went on to Rams and East Junior High, and finally Lincoln High School. You have learned to gain confidence in yourself and balance your life and school activities such as DECA, ProStart, Skills USA, drama, yearbook, name it, claim it, stop it, forensics, student council, and all the various LHS sports teams, to name a few. You had homework, which most of you completed. You also completed scholarship applications for possibly mid-state, Wisconsin universities such as UW-Madison, Eau Claire, La Crosse, Stevens Point, Oshkosh, and some out-of-state colleges. Some of you held more than one job, but you still found time to attend to family responsibilities. Some days and perhaps years seemed more difficult than others. Even though you may not have had real dogs nipping at your heels, you may have had other issues to deal with throughout your years. Some of you dealt with physical, emotional, financial, or academic challenges, but you continue to pedal. Keep in mind that detours happen in life, but perhaps these detours will be your best experiences. Whether you currently choose to drive a 3-speed bike, a 10-speed, a tandem, a mountain bike, you will travel those roads. As the poet Robert Frost once wrote, 2 roads diverged into a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Graduates, you cannot be afraid of taking an unbeaten path. Now, we as your parents and teachers will remove your training wheels and stand behind you as we hold steady and give you a gentle nudge as you gain the independence needed to travel those roads. We know of your talents, your skills, and your goals, and we feel confident giving that gentle nudge. So to you, young men and women, as graduates of Lincoln High School, I encourage you to look straight forward, remain balanced, hold on tight, even if you falter, and never give up. Now I speak for all the parents and faculty that as we take off your training wheels of Lincoln High School, we will be right behind you to cheer you and encourage you to hold on and keep pedaling. Congratulations, class of 2018.
can withhold your applause until all graduates have received their diplomas. If you'd like to come closer for a picture, you may come down to my right, but please stay behind the black row. Thank you in advance for following this request so that every family member can hear their graduate's name be called. Esteemed school board members and WRPS administration, it is my privilege to declare that these students sitting before you today have met or exceeded all the requirements for graduation set forth by the School District of Wisconsin-Rapids and the State of Wisconsin statutes, and request that the Wisconsin-Rapids Lincoln High School diploma be conferred upon them. I'd like to call to the front John Briggs, WRPS School Board President, Mary Brion, WRPS School Board Vice President, Craig Roran, WRPS Superintendent, and Rod Hinkey, LHS Assistant Principal, to assist. And now here's your class of 2018. Anthony Michael Addis. Caitlin Sue Akey. Jillian Rose Electa. Hunter Graham Allard. Cara Jean Anderson. Holly Catherine Andres. Sierra Marie Arndt. Lucas Michael Arndt. Sarah Ione Arndt. Dustin R. Arnold. Logan R. Arnold. Ryan Alex Aschenbrenner. Dylan Michael Ashbeck. Peter George Aspros. Norman Russell Memenek. Angelica Marie Barajas. Benjamin David Bartlett. Quinn Christopher Chaikin Barton. Marcus John Bean. Grant H. Beckwith. Elizabeth Rose Valen. Chad Jerome Berg. Joseph Thomas Berger. Drake Christian Violo. Trevin Ray Bunkoski. Mai Breda. Cameron Lee Brubaker. Sydney Josephine Bride. Lindsay Marie Brown. Taylor Reese Bruns. Trevor Dakota Bush. Jackson Graham Butler. Jason Larry Collins. Dante Allen Camacho. Nicholas James Campbell. Skylar Joe Chaplin. Gracie Ray Christensen. Kayla Phyllis Coates. Allison Ann Cole. Aldo Javier Contreras. Sebastian Isai Contreras. Rebecca L. M. Converse. Chance Daniel Erdman. Daniel Thomas Cornell. Alvaro Corral. Angelica Marie Cox. Jared Matthew Craig. Carson Joseph Prado. Kaylin Celeste Cutler. Hannah Irene Shikowski. Keaton Andrew Daniela. Jamie Lynn Davis. Natalie Grace Diarvo. Zoe Ray Dirks. Evan James Deary. Nova Jean Dine. Bert L. Diebel. Matthew Ryan Donlinger. Tia Catherine Dorhorst. Selena Marie Douglas. Tiffany Lynn Drescher. Savannah Rochelle Duckett. Amanda Marie Edgerly. Bryson Daniel Einerson. Riley K. Alberts. Emily Marie Louise Engeline. Joshua Michael Erickson. Emily Marie Irwin. Natividad Marie Escalera. Delsa Marie Escalera Citron. Madeline Kate Esselman. Elena Grace Volkowski. Sophie Grace Fader. Anna Marie Fingstra. Michael Feldman. Morgan Christina Firth. Wesley Lee Flay. Caitlin Marie Fleischner. Brandon Lee Frank. Haley Joe Franklin. Leah Suzanne Frederick. Megan Lynn Friday. Mackenzie Marie Frost. Kaylee Elizabeth Fry. Jared Scott Gattle. Noah Carl Curtis. Isaac James Gilbert. Zoe Ann Gilmaster. Haley May Goldberg. Patricia Gabriela Gonzalez. Rachel Marie Gordon. Angel Marie Goetz. Ryan Matthew Gruskowski. Janessa Lynn Greenway. Thomas Dean Gruby. Heidi Nicole Gust. Andrew Joel Gustafson. Jacob Lee Haas. Gavin Ray Hall. Victoria Lee Hamill. Ryan Michael Ham. Charlotte Teresa Hanneman. Selena Marie Hansen. Lucas William Harmson. Dakota Michael Harris. Frank Isaac Hartman. Zachary Davis Hall. Casey James Hyatt. Sentayu S. Heil. Tristan Ryan Hynek. Caleb Robert Heinen. Clinton Matthew Helder. Benjamin Dean Henriksen. Nathan Lawrence Hepp. Ian James Hess. Keegan Lee Hewitt. Juan Andrew Higdon. Haley Renee Hintz Kerber. Alex Michael Hobart. Kelly Renee Huffman. Geneva Therese Nicole Holowinski. Kylie Marie Holman. Danielle Ray Home. Isaiah Thomas Boyd. Mia Rose Iwinski. Jason James Hodge.
My diploma, hand it over, please.
Nathan James Jacket. Chase Janza. Morgan Christine Jarasinski. Abigail Ruth Jenks. Kaylee Rose Jockinson. Charles Patrick Johnson. Jacob James Johnson. Jared Timothy Johnson. Victoria Carol Johnson. Cassandra Ray Joseph. Damian Ray Jocelyn. Amanda M. Camuller. Damian Charles Culp. Really Kate Kautzer. Brianna Faye Kimnitz. Sean Kang. Juan Ning Kang. Tommy C. Kang. Yupeng Andrew Kang. Jack Woodrow Kiskala. Brianna Lynn Kingery. Kyle Robert Kajewski. Ariana Mary Klobuchnik. China Lynn Knipple. Hunter Vincent Knudsen. Ashley Paige Cook. Jonathan Tanner Cook. Alexis Diamante Curran. Zachary Brian Kozlowski. Brandon W. Krause. Caden David Krutzer. Caleb Michael Kromenacher. Curtis James Kruger. Michaela Ann Krutza. Riley Hunter Kubishek. Ryan Ray Kerschmidt. Helena Sulman Kamale. Kayun Kwan. Courtney Dawson LaChapelle. Lauren Christine Landowski. Zachary Neil Langmeyer. Aurora Grace Larson. Zachary Ryan Lechner. New Lee. Colin David Lindbay. Zachary Allen Lockman. Hope Taylor Laurie. Oda Marie Bird Lustuin. Brianna Marie Mansell. Jacob Tyler Mansell. Matthew Martin Mertz. Peyton Len Metcalf. Taylor Ann Meyer. Katrina Marie Megan. Zachary Thomas Mitchell. Krenna Joe Moore. Bradley John Walewski. Rebecca Jo Monson. Danielle Marie Moon. Alejandra Grace Morgado. Mary James Mosing. Kong Feng Mua. Braden Bernard Mueller. Danielle Nicole Mueller. Caitlin Joe Mugridge. Anthony John Nakayama. Kinsey Marie Nash. Carson Wayne Neinfeld. Mary Catherine Meade. Kayla Marie Newman. Joshua Emil Nabalski. Mason John Neiman. Autumn Nye. McKenna Ray Nordbeck. Lincoln Ambrose Norris. Belinda Ann Norship. Christopher James Norton. Haley Ann O'Connor. Jacob Charles O'Connor. Michelle Joan Oshasky. Olivia Taylor Obshes. Autumn Monica Olson. Corby Lee Olson. Gunnar Donald Paul. Aaron Jeffrey Parker. Kieran Alaric Parker. Brianna Rose Paczynski. Isaac Daniel Peli. Jared David Peters. Charlie Jacob Place. Cecily Carol Ann Fleet. Kira Rose Podewiltz. Devin Dale Pankratz. Curtis Emerson Price. Joshua Allen Kolchinsky. Elizabeth Jean Butsky. Kylie Craig Rapska. Anna Jan Radke. Logan Alexander Randrup. Samuel Craig Rasmussen. Alexander M. Roding. Thomas Walter Reber. Autumn Nicole Lee Reckman. Austin James Reimer. Rhett William Reinecke. Matthew Stephen Reinhold. Sarah June Retzschlag. Owen C. Rice. Samuel Lee Regenski. Mason John Rosino. Anna Louise Rosenthal. Lana Cassie Rude. Amanda Rose Rush. Abigail Sabatki. Bailey Austin Sadowski. Jaden Scott Sager. Cassidy O'Sayers. Cody Tyler Sawyer. Skylar Rebecca Schatz. Evan M. Schleisner. Tyler J. Schutte. Gifty Piniel Schultz. Justin B. Schuster. Rainey D. Schuster. Kaylin John Sinsel. Brendan Mark Severin. Kenna Marie Shaw. Haley Rose Siegler. Carlina Chi Sing Si. Sonia Simone Silas. Rebecca Marie Smehall. Alan James Smith. Robert Lee Sosen. Alexander David Gerard Spain. Paige Leanne Spray. Rourke Alan Steiner. Nicole Faith Steinmetz. Brent Reiner Stevenson. Noah Viola Stevenson. Lucas Stitcher. Hope Ann Sturt. Jesse Tyler Storman. Jared Chance Strangfeld. Sydney Lee Struve. Samantha Ray Steiger. Cody Ross Sullivan. Cheyenne Louise Tosh. William Scott Tremont. Kao Lee Tao. Kao Shing Tao. New Ron Tao. Pa Chi Tao. Abigail Rosemarie Thomas. Madeline Marie Tokarski. Bryce William Torp. Trinity Lynn Turner. Riley Jacob Ubinger. Abigail Faith Underwood. Reese Allen Vanderhyde. Ridge Marvin Vanderhyde. Chase Logan Van Pelt. Valentina Vargas Bonilla. Luke Matthias Vera. Rebecca Rose Vera. Nathaniel Aaron Richard Viscar. Katie Marie Boyd. Alan Daniel Breland. Alexandria Sue Berwick. Chaston Robert Thomas Berwick. Paige Loretta Berwick. Dylan James Waddington. Chloe Ann Wallen. Hanshu Wong. Hannah Louise Wangan. Vanessa Christine Warenka. Elena Marie Warren. Angelina Lynn Watson. Kira Irene Weidman. Christopher David Widener. Cullen Allen Wells. Zachary Jacob Witt. Shayla Ray West. Caitlin Danielle Whipple. Grace Wiedmeyer. Amanda Ruth Wigstrom. Nicholas Kirk Willard. Kendall Dixon Williams. Cody James Wiskershin. Sophia Grace Lejean. Ben Wolf. Samuel Hunter Wolter. Caitlin Marie Richard. Eric Sue Zhang. Kong Peng Zhang. Ann Friday Gaines. Chia Ning Yang. Yang Ning Yang. Adam Jonathan Zager. Roger Guillermo Zelena. Now will all the graduates please stand? I'd like to call to the front of the stage Paige Berwing for the movement of the tassel. Program.